my name is David. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a film and television student here at Humber College and a digital content creator with the Life at Humber team. And welcome to today's flu shot Q&A. We are joined by two Humber nurses, and we're going to be answering all of your questions about the flu shot and more. And this is a new thing we're doing, so please forgive any technical difficulties that may occur. And if you're watching the replay of this video, leave us a comment saying replay. And if you're looking for live captioning, that is available on our Facebook stream. All right, so to begin, I'll have our guests introduce themselves by sharing their names, their pronouns, and a new recipe they're cooking at home. So, Dana, would you like to start us off?
Did you say Dana or Dayana?
Dana, sorry.
That's okay. My name is Dana, and I'm a registered nurse at the Student Wellness and Accessibility Center at North Campus. My pronouns are she, her, and a new recipe, roasted sweet potato soup.
Yeah, potatoes, you almost can't go wrong with potatoes.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least, yeah. All right, and Dayana?
Yes, so my name is Dayana, and I'm a registered nurse from the Student Wellness and Accessibility Center at the Lakeshore campus. A recipe that I made recently, and that's because I love Indian food. I tried making butter chicken in the slow cooker, and it turned out really yummy. So that's something that we do weekly, at least once a week, because we love it so much.
Yeah. So slow cookers are really great to add, kind of like a twist to a dish that you can prepare, on the stovetop. So
exactly.
So that's great. Thanks for sharing, and thank you both for being here. So let's get started. So Dana, why is it important for folks returning to campus to get the flu shot?
Well, Humber prides itself on being a healthy campus. We do a lot of initiatives to make sure we have a healthy campus, so we keep all our staff and students safe. So because being on campus, you're exposed to other individuals, and we do our best to keep our social distancing. But in order to maintain a healthy campus and keep not only yourself well and safe, and as well as others, it's important to get your flu shot to reduce your risk of acquiring the influenza virus.
Yeah, and it's very evident when you come to campus with all of the social distancing signs that Humber is really putting safety first.
Mm-hmm.
Dayana, how can folks actually book a flu shot appointment?
So booking an appointment, it's very easy. We actually need appointments now to make sure that we can provide social distancing. All you need to do is go to our SWAC website. You may see the link at the bottom. Complete the influenza vaccination form and submit it to healthcenter@humber.ca. A member from the SWAC team will contact you with appointment options and more information, and that's pretty much it to book an appointment.
Great. And can you speak more about the influenza vaccination form specifically?
Yes, so the influenza vaccination form is a screening tool. It helps us, the nurses, know more about your health history, if you had the flu shot before, if you had any allergies, and it also allows you to give consent for receiving the vaccine. We cannot give you vaccination without your consent. So this form is very important.
And that's great that's great for the those administering the vaccination to know for sure. And so after they book the appointment and on the actual day, what can the person expect on the day of their appointment? Dana, start with you.
Sure. So once you've gotten confirmation that your appointment has been booked, you will get some instructions via email. And one of the important instructions is to arrive at the exact time of your appointment so we can reduce the risk of students or staff congregating at this all together just for social distancing. So at the North Campus, in order to enter the building, you do have to complete your Guardian app. So if you don't have it, you should download it before arriving for appointment, and you will show that to security at the door. You will hand sanitize and then enter the building. We would encourage you to use the elevator because the doors to the second floor are not always open. So the Student Wellness Accessibility Center is located on the second floor of the LRC building. And once you arrive there, a nurse will meet you. There's a little screening table outside our office. The nurse will meet you at the screening table and go over verbally some screening questions for COVID. And then we will take your temperature before entering the center itself. So once you're in, you'll be walked to an exam room by that nurse, and you'll be given your flu shot, and then you will ask to remain in that room for 15 minutes after your injection, just to ensure you don't have any immediate reactions. After your 15 minutes is complete, we'll give you your flu shot card to say, I got my flu shot, and then we'll walk you back out of the center. And that's it.
Oh, great. And Dayana, is there any differences students should be aware of at a Lakeshore campus?
So at the Lakeshore campus is very similar to the North campus. Of course, the location is different. You will be coming to the Welcome Center, second floor, Student Wellness and Accessibility Center. A nurse will also meet you at the front and will do a COVID screening, check your temperature. And once everything is cleared, you will be taken to one of our exam rooms where the nurse will administer the vaccine. You will remain in that room for 15 minutes after the vaccine. And once you feel okay, you can exit our clinic from the back door of our department.
Great. And yeah, I actually recently got my flu shot at the Humber North Campus, which students can check out on the Life at Humber Instagram. And and showing up on time is actually very important because the waiting areas are all kind of like taped off or blocked off, so there's nowhere to wait, and we really want to avoid having people kind of just hang around in the hallways in order to promote social distancing. So yeah, being on time is very important, and during the 15 minutes, it's a good time to ask questions that you might have, or just to chat with the friendly nurses and staff there. So and if you're like me and you're concerned about the actual receiving of shots, the nurse can probably provide you with some more specific tips. But like what I always found was that I like to not actually see the actual needle itself, and I tend to ask that they don't tell me when the actual like injection is going to occur, because when you don't see it coming, the most you'll feel is a pinch. I've had previous shots where I actually didn't feel anything at all. Like I was chatting with my doctor, and then the next thing he said was like, "Oh, yeah, we're done," and I was just like, amazing. So yeah, so flu shots are very important. Don't let any fear of pain or injections scare you. So that's some good things to keep in mind. And some more good things to keep in mind are some common maybe misconceptions about the flu shot. So Dayana, did you get sick after getting the flu shot?
So this is a question that we get all the time. The flu shot does not cause the flu. After receiving the vaccine, you may have some side effects. The most common one will be soreness in the injection site where the vaccine was given, or you may have a little bit of flu-like symptoms like a low-grade fever or a headache or muscle aches. These symptoms shouldn't last too long. If a person actually gets sick with the flu after getting the vaccine, it is possible that they could have caught it before receiving the vaccine, or during the week or 2 week period that it takes the vaccine to provide protection from the flu. So it is not from getting the flu shot. It is actually from catching it in the community, if it happened, and the symptoms that you get are simply mild flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, and just to kind of add my own experience again, I did feel some soreness on my arm spot where I got the shot, and it did last for like a day or two. So
Exactly.
that's definitely normal for sure.
Yeah. The symptoms that you may get would last about a day or two, and then they would go away.
Yeah, and I guess Dana, does the flu shot prevent me from getting the flu like afterwards? And I think that Dayana talked a bit about that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we do have annual flu shots, and a lot of people have questions of why we have to get the flu shot every year. And it's because we have researchers and scientists that are doing their best to capture what strains of the flu we would be exposed to every year, because the influenza virus does mutate often. So the flu vaccine, according to the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control, does speak to that and says that the flu vaccine has shown a reduction in people being hospitalized with the influenza virus by 40 to 60%, which is huge, considering the amount that have been hospitalized with the flu virus. So it isn't 100%, I'll tell you the truth, but it's very, very, very effective. And especially during the pandemic, it's important to protect yourself, not only for yourself, but also for our resources that we have for healthcare. So if we have less people getting sick with the flu and being hospitalized, we have more resources to take care of those patients who are infected with COVID-19 and coronavirus. So that's really important. So could you get the flu after getting the flu shot? Possibly. It's very rare, but there are other strains of the influenza virus hanging around that you might get outside of what the flu vaccine does capture.
Okay, great. And speaking of the current pandemic, Dayana, can the flu shot prevent you from getting COVID?
So no, the flu shot cannot prevent you from getting COVID-19. Scientists from many pharmaceutical companies are working to find a vaccine for COVID-19 that we hope to be available in the near future. For now, as we know, the best way to protect ourselves against COVID-19 will be washing our hands, wearing our mask that covers our mouth and our nose, making sure that if you're sick, you stay home, including not coming to campus. These practices that prevent you from getting COVID-19 also help you preventing influenza. Like Dana mentioned, make sure you download your Humber Guardian app and you do a self-assessment, self-COVID-19 assessment before. If you cannot come to classes because you're not feeling well, or if you have been tested for COVID-19, or if you have been in contact with a positive case of COVID-19, make sure to report it to COVID reporting at humber.ca.
Great. And Dana, is there anything else that people can do to protect themselves from the flu in addition to the flu shot?
Absolutely. As Dayana mentioned, just proper hygiene practices, washing your hands, keeping proper distance, social distancing. But beyond that, just taking care of yourself, eating well, getting lots of rest, making sure that your diet is well balanced with vitamins, nutrients, drinking lots of water, just keeping your body as healthy as possible can help you keep your immune system up and fight the flu on its own.
Yeah. And I definitely think that it's important to remember during this time of like self-isolation, where we might not be taking the best care of ourselves, but and it's okay to in some sense, but moderation in terms of what you eat is definitely important to make sure that you're maintaining good physical health for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so where can folks learn more about the flu shot appointments at Humber?
So
Dayana?
thank you. As we mentioned before, going into our SWAC website, there you can also find information about the flu, not only your flu, like influenza vaccination form, but also about what is the influenza vaccine, what is influenza, so that when you answer the questions on the form, you have enough information about it to answer them. So it's very easy to book an appointment. And your health and well-being is our priority. We want to make sure that we are protected, and we're here to help you with anything. And as we mentioned before with COVID-19, that you continue using the Humber Guardian app to do your COVID self-assessment. You wear a mask that covers your mouth and nose, and you wash your hands frequently. And if you're not feeling well, please don't come to campus, and make sure to report it to COVID reporting at humber.ca.
Okay, great. All right, and so this has all been really great information. Thank you both for taking time to answer the questions. Let's see if there are any more questions regarding the flu shot. If there aren't, is there anything else you either of you would like to share with our audience?
For more information about how Humber is working to keep you safe, you can always visit humber.ca /campus return. And for all Humber updates, visit humber.ca/updates. And last but not least, feel free to reach out and connect with us anytime. If you need some more information or some more input and clarification, we got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that thank you, Dana and Dayana, for all the great info. Before we end the chat, if you're looking for more information on how Humber is keeping folks safe, you can visit the humber.ca/campus-return. And with that said, take it easy, and be sure to follow the Life at Humber account on Instagram by searching at Life at Humber. And we'll see you all on the next one. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.